Hello, people from YouTube. My name is Ricardo. I will be host for today. Uh, Talk and Talk is a language platform. Is a place where you could learn new languages in a quite safe place. Uh, Now, today, I will be learning more things about English, but on Talk and Talk there are another languages like Italian, Spanish, French. And the perspective is you could commit mistakes. The people not judge you is, as you told, is a good environment where you could learn uh, different from another ways, another platforms. Here you learn when you practicing is more focus in this kind of method. So now today we are talking regarding quite cracking and quite fighting is uh, new concepts, but it's not exactly a unusual situation. So regarding question number one, what exactly does quite cracking mean in the workplace? I was thinking regarding this situation. Unfortunately, close to me, there are two examples that you could mention. And sometimes that's weird because um, a specific boss or companies thinking, oh, I don't want to fight this person. I don't want to, or yeah, I don't want it to fire this person because this person's need this job or money. For the other hand, the people let the environment in a kind of hell. Let the people or the environment, the workplace became a so terrible uh, place. Let you under pressure, don't respect you. So in this case, you could let you, for example, uh, that's common. The people, for example, request impossible, unreachable goals, uh, and suddenly, oh, you need to organize better or something like that. So that's two opposite situations. So one thing is the people don't work hard. That's okay, but a lot of times, for example, you know that a specific task take, for example, a day, one day to finish, complete this task. So in this case, the people, for example, say, "Oh, you have 1 hour to finish this task." So a lot of different situations where the people uh, stay under pressure all the time, and suddenly this person is, I don't know, became sick, and suddenly the people request for, I don't know, quiet or fire from this place. So that's the difference when you talk regarding quieting is the people suddenly is gone, and then any person understand or observe or notice that the people was gone. That's it. How about you, Sydney?
Yeah, I agree with you, Ricardo. I think for me, it's a hidden state of work unhappiness. I think when the worker they feel disengaged, disengaged, are unsatisfied to work in this company. And it's not referred to they are want to quit about the job, but they struggle a lot to do their work and they feel tired, they feel fatigued. It's for some reasons, for example, like said, for example, some workplace are so toxic that is affect directly the productive of the workers when we work directly with a supervisor, a superior that is very toxic as well. This superior don't do their jobs and they used to put the responsibility in the shoulders of the staff. They used to make jokes, this kind of actions that affect directly I think the mental health of the staff. So these people they used to feel very sad and they used to stay in silence, and don't talk too much. Eh, I think it's this kind of thing that is to affect directly their productive. That's it.
Great. How about you, João?
Well, I think that can you guys hear me all right?
Perfect.
So yeah, I think that um, maybe quitting and cracking, they are both bad, in their own ways. I think that both can be, directly related to bad management. I think, right? Because if an employee, if he's not really that happy at work, uh, it's not always about bad management, but I think that mm, lots of times it is about it because I don't know, you you don't want to quit if the work environment is healthy, right? If it's a collaborative environment, right? And especially if you feel valued and respected, I think that nothing will crack, right? And you don't want to quit as well, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I think one thing leads to the other. I think the constant cracking of the work environment eventually leads to people to have a burnout maybe
Mhm.
and quit as well or get fired as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, uh, regarding question number two, please, Sidney, could you read the answer?
Okay, let me see. How does quite cracking differ from quite quitting or traditional burnout? Yes, I think yes. The the first one, like we mentioned, the worker they want be in this company. They want continue to work this company, but they are struggling a lot because some internal things or external that are affecting their productivity. But I think that the second one is more about that this guy they want to quit, but they don't want to lose their rights.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
FGTS, this
Sure.
security insurance things,
Yeah.
So, but and they usually say, "Oh, I'm going to do the basic. I'm going to do the minimum that show to my supervisor that
Yeah.
my productivity is so low, and they fire me." You know. And yeah, the traditional burnout is we already know that when we work so hard, we work so long a long period, so many hours that affect our productivity because we used to feel tired, fatigue, and I think that's it, my opinion.
Yeah. And you, João, how about your opinion? don't listen you. Are you muted?
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Perfect.
So I think that I answered this question before,
Yeah.
but I don't I don't think it's there's much of a difference, I guess.
Yeah.
I think both are really related, I guess. Uh,
Sure.
as I said before, I think that quiet cracking can and will lead to a quiet quitting as well, right?
Sure.
Uh, for traditional burnout, yes, even burnout, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think they are all related, to be honest. And yeah, I think everyone have has had bad experiences in the past. I definitely I had some, especially during my time working in Japan. Working culture in Japan is very
Oh yeah.
very toxic. So
Sure.
yeah, quiet cracking, happened all the time. I think that no one was ever happy working.
Sure.
So we had, uh, eventually someone, just wouldn't, come back to work, right? And they
Yeah.
would be replaced because, it's difficult.
Sure.
It's really difficult to work in a toxic environment.
Yeah. I I had an experience some time ago. I talked with a South Korean guy. So I have a lot of difficulty to explain for this person what means a holiday. Yeah, uh, he know what is a holiday, but our uh, perspective is totally different. Because, for example, in South Korea, there is holiday, but on this day, the people work. So in this case, I remember is a convention and the he made a question. I request for this guy how many times uh, he had uh, travel for Brazil, and so I I I I I don't remember, but I the first time in Brazil or something like that, and he told no, he stay here more than 50 times. So in this case, you know everything, every place in this city, in the region. Oh no, when I'm here, I just go to the hotel and the convention. So that's weird, man. He told me that I wanted to plan a travel to Brazil with my family, but in South Korea there are just 5 days. Vacation is just 5 days, but he requested for my boss 3 days, and he answered me, "Oh, that's okay. You could become travel in your vacation, but I can't guarantee that before or after 3 days your job position continue here." So totally insane. So
Yeah, it was the
when
same in
you
Japan as well.
yeah, and the besides that he used to work 12 hours by day, including Saturdays, and the Sunday is until, I don't know, noon or 1 hour PM. I don't know. So uh, I talk a lot, but I don't answer the question number two. I believe that is nowadays is common. There is a situation and the always exist, and suddenly some people name it. So in this case, this kind of situation always occurs in the past, but it's just the people. But I consider it's important because it's important difference, have a difference. Uh, for example, one thing is that people wanted to to get fired or another situation, and the quiet cracking is cause a lot of problems because after this company, after this job, this person needed to get another job. And sometimes this kind of situation cause a lot of reflex in your emotional health. So in this case, the people could you have difficulties to get another job because yeah, the people became sometimes sick. And the is different when you talk regarding physical injuries. The people sometimes need 1 month, but regarding mental disease is totally different because one person could have to rest, for example, 1 month, another person 1 year. It's not possible to predictable. It's not a thing predictable like an injury. So it's necessary to pay attention. So, Sydney, please, could you read and answer question number 3?
Okay, let me see. Number three. What are the most common ties that someone might be quite quirky uh, at work? Well, I think, let me see. Yeah, in the workplace, the people where most common size are, for example, where we can see clearly that they change their behavior. They start to behave differently. For example, they start about their communication. They start to talk less about your colleagues. They start to participate less in some process, their like can I say, their proactivity decreased a lot, because they don't want to do their jobs. How can I say? Yes, because they feel so fatigued, so tired, that they so overwhelmed, in some situation, that they used to change their behaviors. Like I said, they used to be more irritated, because in some situation when some people ask this guy something, they start to be more shorter in their answers, and to be more, I think, to reflect more irritability, maybe something like that. And well, if they work in a high position, I think it affect a lot their decision making. I think refer in some situation in a department. Yeah, I think yes, it's more like it.
Great. How about you, João?
Well, I think that signs of quiet cracking, I think that uh, it's pretty, easy to spot, I guess, because, you will see people getting irritated, like Sydney said, and uh, I think that someone that is not, comfortable, it's not happy at work, they will stop being proactive as well, stop, taking the initiative uh, to do stuff as well, and you know, not feeling motivated as well. So I think this is really, really easy to spot,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Sometimes it's harder to notice. I don't know if you watch the TV show. It's called Ruptura. Yeah, that's I don't like so much, but the perspective is nice. The guys implement a kind of chip in the brain of the people So in this case, when the person got in the job is another, how do you say, another memories. So the people just remember inside of the office, and the when this person go out of the office is another memory. So this case, for example, a specific situation, the the guy hate the boss, but when they go out from the office, the boss and this employee is neighbors, so they like each other and they have a wonderful experience. And so,
Please don't spoil the show. I want to watch the show. I remember it. I remember
yeah.
it.
So, and I believe that sometimes, for example, I want to what's mean when I talk regarding this specific situation. Sometimes the person is a employee and did not reveal the personal interest, the side, this kind of side. And there are some companies that uh, make a kind of party or another situations in the environment, the job environment, where the people could show uh, which kind of person uh, the people really is. So it's not is more noticeable when the person know the people outside from the this environment, this office, for example. So in this case is necessary pay attention because a lot of people became sick. There are some circumstances not possible to avoid in a company, but uh, it is important to note that these people are humans, not a machine. So there are wrong, there are problems in the both sides. There are bad bosses, there are bad employees too. So in this case, it's necessary to pay attention and the check the difference. One thing is a bad employee, you could, but one of these kind of things happen. You have the right to get fired this person. That's okay, but a lot of times the people let me let me uh, let this guy under pressure to try to this person wanted to quit or something. That's weird, né? Sound like Tropa da Elite movie, né? Pede pra sair or something like that. Né? So that's unfortunately I remember I had this kind of experience. And now I work normally by month 176 hours. That's my current shift. And a specific year, I work around 800 extra hours. So in this case, I remember sometime I was come back to my house driving and fell asleep. So in this suddenly another person warned me, and I notice I wake up and go went to my house, but is nowadays is more difficult to uh, face this kind of situation, but unfortunately happen yet. And I know guys working at good companies or famous companies and pass for this kind of situation. So, João, please, could you read and answer another question? And you could choose any kind of them. It's not possible. It's not necessary the next one. You could choose. Doesn't worry.
Well,
Don't
okay.
worry.
Oh, I think the fourth one, it's okay for me. What
Okay.
are the main factors driving quiet cracking among employees today? Uh, well, I think I have, more experience to talk about it. Uh, if I talk about my time during, during my time in Japan, because in Japan, the main reasons were, uh, there are so much pressure
It's
and
not the
so
last
much.
job. You
Sorry?
this is not the last job. It's another job and
Yeah, yeah,
some
in
time
the
ago.
past.
Okay.
Yeah, when I lived in Japan, 2 years
Oh yeah.
ago.
Wow.
So,
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
there were lots of pressure and lots of rules. And, as I said, man, the pressure was so high. The Japanese, they want everything perfect, you know, and to the minimum detail. And we have also, you know, we were uh, low paid. I think it's the expression, and we had extremely long hours of work.
Yeah.
So with almost no time to rest, and sometimes, man, can you believe it? Sometimes they even, sometimes we didn't had time to rest, like at all. It happened. Like me, my wife as well, we would spend, the whole day without, having lunch, for example. And
Wow.
for us, foreigners, right, Brazilians, it was crazy. It was completely crazy. But the Japanese, for them, it was almost normal, right? It was just like, oh, we have work to do, right? So we can't, just stop and have lunch. And yeah, I think this is definitely a sign of, why people, are so sad in Japan, right? I don't know if you guys know something about Japanese culture, but the Japanese, they are very depressed and very sad, and they are not having child nowadays. The you
It's
know
common that people kill yourself.
yes, sadly,
Yeah.
and the amount of children, burning, it's getting low every year because of that, because people, they don't have time to themselves, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this can be main factors for, not only quite cracking, but also, burnout, right?
Yeah. One of the the countries that have the biggest level of the suicide. So
Yeah, they have the highest
yeah,
level.
sure. How about you, Sydney? Question
Yeah,
number four.
interesting point that João showed us. So I'd like just yes to point out that in some workplaces the people they suffer some lack of uh, supportive leadership. I think some leaders they don't focus on their staff. They focus on their own interests, you know. I think to get more money, I think to get a higher position and to put the blame of some failure on their staff, you know, in not consider their own failure. But I think, for example, I would like to emphasize that nowadays, because a lot of coaches on the internet, they used to teach us to be positive. So it's more a
Yeah,
kind of toxic positivity, you know. So this kind of thing also affect a lot of people, especially those that consider this guy a kind of leader, a kind of god, you know, like how can I say? Pablo Marçal, like maybe Cortella, this kind of, famous guys that, oh, let's
Hmm.
go to be positive. So positivity will attract good energy. So
Yeah,
don't reflect your negative thoughts. Don't be, don't, let's go. Yes, this kind of thing that it's a lot of shit, a lot of things. But I think another thing is about to, well, culturally, uh, this kind of course, in Brazil, there are more small companies than big companies, and these companies, there is no psychological support, this kind of. So I think men, our cultural men used to look for uh, to not look for this kind of help to maintain their mental health catch up to maintain in a good way. So I think it's also a big problem. And they live in a developing country. I think we suffer a lot about our economy. So it's so unstable. So this kind of pressure, to make money, more money, to buy our house, to provide as better as possible for our family. I thought this kind of pressure also is a kind of thing that drive to the quiet cracking
yeah.
among the employees.
In my opinion, I don't know if you know the secret, but I believe that the main uh, issue, the main problem is different perspectives. There are a specific person feel, I'm so gifted to work in this company or working this kind of conditions. So uh, I know that, for example, a specific person wanted to have a fancy life, buy a new car every year, or live at a wonderful house. These kind of situations cost a lot of money. So the people have to make a choice, an important choice. I wanted to have a regular life in working inside of the shift. uh, Because if you wanted to receive money, you have to work hard. That's important. You notice. So you you prefer live under pressure, work so hard every day, and reach some goals, material things, like a car, clothes, and other stuff. I understood, and I respect this kind of situation. So, but for the companies, uh, oh, I want you to have a specific guy, have a specific profile. Oh, this guy, for example, uh, a friend of mine work in a company, and every time, every situation where is need work more time, there are specific persons have this kind of profile. So in this case, the guys work 12 hours, 50 hours, doesn't matter for these guys. So in this case, this person work happy. So it's a happy worker because they have an opportunity to receive more money. So that's okay. But there are other people, different people have different profiles, and so you have to respect. Uh, and I understand there are specific companies try to control this kind of situation, uh, hire more employees, or let the people working inside of the shift. So in this case, you have to make a choice. So it's not possible. Uh, I don't know. stay in the two different paths. In this certain time, you have to choose the right path or this left path. So I believe that one of the main perspective, the main reasons. So uh, in the sometimes the people, the the owners or the bosses want you to extract from the people. Uh, I don't know. For example, you have to do everything, but the salary is so low. So it's necessary to make a choice. So that's it. You, oh, I don't, I can't pay more, but I, I, I can put this car under pressure to extract all of the things from this person. So yeah, it's not possible to choice. It's not possible to do this kind of thing because it's unfair. Né? So, uh, well, I don't know if you have more time to, yeah, that's possible. Um, please, Sydney, choose another question.
It could be regard about your answer, Ricardo. I think it could be interesting. The number seven. What strategies can managers implement to address
Uh,
and
show the
prevent?
mistake, but you need to tell how to fix that. It's-
Yeah, but it's very hard. I would say that implement a career planning, but when we talk about small companies and familiar companies, that happens in all but yeah, in Brazil it's very common. So it's very hard because in familiar companies, the people they are more also unfair environment, because,
Mhm.
for example, the wife or the husband or the relatives of the owner of this company, they used to get more money than others, but they used to work less. This kind of a
Yeah.
privilege. So working this company is very tough. I'd say that, yeah, maybe to give a real value for the people who work in these companies, but it is also a kind of utopic things, because every company, the managers, they have their favorite ones, that used to puxar o saco deles.
Yeah.
So guys, so difficult, and I don't know how to answer it in a proper way. So I will pass this question for you.
How about you, Sydney? Oh, sorry. How about you, João?
I think that a good way to start would be, at the, when you closing the deal, right? With the new employer, I think it's important to make clear about, the responsibilities, what the company expects from the employee. So, and also in the future, I think this deal must be respected, right? Because if you agree to do something, right, then it's okay. But I think that the bad part is when, well, we haven't we didn't talk about it, and so why now I have to do it, right? I think uh, sometimes it's important to be flexible. All right, uh, we understand the change of uh, sometimes the moment change. Sometimes there's a new client, a new big client, a new big opportunity. But I'm not talking about it. I'm talking, for example, I don't know, if you are not supposed to work, Sundays, right? And now all of a sudden you have to work every Sunday. So I don't know, man. I think it can lead to you know to quite crackling, and yeah, I think that uh, respecting the deal, respecting each other, keep communicating, keeping the dialogue, between employers and leaders, and always having empathy. I think having, if you if you respect each other and if you have empathy to others, I think lots of problems can be, prevented, right? Uh, or solved as well, right? And yeah, I think it's about always remembering that, everyone at work is human as well. Everyone, have feelings, have, families, have, and that their whole life is not only about the company as well, right?
Yeah.
I had this problem in Japan because in Japan the normal, right, the minimum was to work long hours, right? So not only your normal shift, doing overwork in Japan was expected, right? So
Yeah.
doing 14 hours, 15 hours, it was expected. So I think every day in Japan I would go to the company early, very early in the morning, and leave, very late in the night. So I was not living, right? I was just working. They saw me just like a tool, I guess, just like
Yeah.
a. So yeah, I think being empathetic, being respectful with each other, especially being empathetic, I think it
Sure.
can prevent quiet
Yeah.
cracking. Sorry.
And when do you talk and João and Sydney too, I think the question is why? Uh, you work so hard, but the real life is your personal life. So you work for a reason. Uh, in Japan, there is a different perspective because the people feel good sensations. It's an honor for Japanese. For example, one of the company got success. So, oh, that's sometimes it's better. Oh, I don't receive a lot of money, but I made part of this company and the company have a good perspective. I understood, but it's important too. But you, your real life is your life with your family, friends. That's the real life, the perspective. But the people are so different each other sometimes. For example, you could give an example, brothers, twin, uh, they were born in this from the same parents, live at the same house, stood at the same schools, play with the same toys, uh, have the same teachers, and suddenly they became adults totally different. One of them loved radical sports, for example. You another, the other brother just think regarding this kind of situation, for example, jump and parachute, the people uh, became shocked. So in this case, I believe that is so important to have this kind of perspective. So, oh, sometimes it's not possible to predict your life. Suddenly you have a heart attack or another kind of situation. So in this case, okay, it's necessary to work, it's necessary to receive money for conduct your life, but yeah, sometimes it's important to think what's the meaning to live in this planet. So in this case, you have to pay attention. Eyes on the price is not exactly the money. Eyes the price, you have a so wonderful life as possible. So in this case, okay, I I understand for a certain period. of your life. For example, uh, I was graduating in my field, and my wife became pregnant, and in my company, the guys create a new technical center in the same time. So I don't have opportunity to rest a lot of time, 2 years, uninterruptedly. Uh, I remember a lot of times I got in my job 7 o'clock, and I have to until 5 o'clock. So after that, I went to the university. I went out of the university around 10 o'clock, eat something on the streets, on some uh, store, and go back to my job at 11 o'clock p.m. until another day, 8 o'clock a.m. But I have classes at Saturday. So in this case, I have to become awake for 30 hours. A lot of times, a lot of times. So in this case, it's important to pay attention. Pay attention. Sometimes it's necessary more time, you live better. But I understood the both sides. For the companies, there is law. So there is a law, and they have to follow sometimes. Let me say goodbye from